Well, good morning. My name is Scott Fielding. I'm the Minister of Finance, and I'm joined by my colleague, the Minister of Economic Development and Training, Ralph Eichler. In both our portfolios, we work closely with Manitoba businesses and organizations that they represent. We're constantly adjusting to the challenges before us and appreciate the input we've received from all the businesses. I know Minister Eichler is out speaking with businesses all the time and organizations on the ways to offer supports for COVID-19 for businesses that have been impacted. Public health orders have been required many businesses to either temporarily close in order to limit the spread of COVID-19 and really protect all of Manitobans. We know we also have to protect our businesses at this time. Many are struggling and have had their doors shut or laid staff off because of the virus. We've introduced programs such as the Manitoba Gap Protection Program, which recently wrapped up and provided more than $59 million, or close to 9,800 businesses were supported by the Manitoba Gap Protection Program. We also recently turned the program from a forgivable loan into a grant, so businesses don't have to repay a cent if they've accessed the federal dollars. We also made some changes to help our businesses. We've also introduced the Manitoba Bridge Grant Program last week, which provided an immediate $5,000 payment for businesses, nonprofits, and charities that have closed under the health orders. And that could be extended for another $5,000 January 1st for upwards of $10,000 altogether. Already, more than 4,600 businesses, such as restaurants and retail shops, have applied for this grant, so it's been well utilized already in the first few days. We've have up to over $200 million available for this program, should the public court orders remain in place as mentioned until January. Minister Eichler's department has also been working with business organizations in this area, and I'll turn it over to him at this point.
Well, thank you, Scott. As Mr. Fielding said, we recognize the impact COVID-19 continues to have on Manitoba's workforce and economy. Businesses are vital to our provincial economy, and we want to help them out. We recently made changes to the Back to Work Wage Subsidy Program, which encourages businesses to bring Back to Work Wage Subsidy Program, which encourages businesses to bring employees back to work after layoffs or hire new staff. To better meet business needs, we are offering up to $15 million in cash advances to those who applied by November the 10th. Businesses will receive an email to confirm and verify the number of employees hired. Upon verification, a business will be advanced $1,500 per worker. We also set aside up to $50 million in support of additional business recovery programs. The Chuck Davidson from the Manitoba Chamber and Dana Spiring from Economic Development Winnipeg have been tasked with leading the development of these programs in consultation with Manitoba businesses and our government. Our department has been hosting regular calls with stakeholder groups since March across many sectors to get their feedback on how government programs and find out how COVID has been affecting them and their businesses. Participants on these calls represent more than 25,000 businesses across the province and 75% of our economy. We also created the Premier's Economic Opportunities Advisory Board in May to help guide our plans to safely reopen our economy after the pandemic. This group of business leaders and owners has given us some great input and suggestions to act upon. One of their ideas was for government to highlight the important role of Manitoba's play in supporting local businesses during this difficult time. Based on their recommendation, we are launching a new campaign. The Shop Local MB campaign encourages Manitobans to support local businesses as we head into the holiday season, and to do so safely through online orders, delivery, and curbside pickup. Our local businesses offer high-quality products and services, and they're being creative and innovative in finding ways to provide them. These businesses are our neighbors, our friends, and they've been there for us. Now we need to be there for them. Let's support them and shop local this holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Eichler. And you'll be seeing this campaign of government social media channels that are out there. It's being developed by a local design company and will tell the story of Manitoba businesses, entrepreneurs, really the makers and creators of businesses here. As the holiday shopping season ramps up, this is our call to action to show our support for local businesses. It's really important to show our support for local businesses. Businesses like Broadway Florists today were joined on the screen by co-owner Kostas Chilakis, and so I believe Costa has some important information to share with you here.
Good morning, everyone. Safety of our community is the most important thing right now. Broadway Florists was started by our grandfather 97 years ago. And like many businesses right now, we are closed, but we're open for safe curbside pickup, citywide delivery, or you can order online. We appreciate all Manitobans who are buying local and supporting businesses like ours during these challenging times. We're very helpful that the provincial government created this campaign, Shop Local MB. It helps us out and many other local businesses throughout Manitoba. We appreciate all our loyal customers. And with this campaign, this type of support will make the difference and allow us to continue on for years to come.
Well, thank you, Costa, and we're happy that we've been able to support you through this time. I also want to note that we want Manitoba businesses to be a part of the Shop Local campaign. If you'd like to be featured or you want to nominate a local business, and there's so many great businesses out there that are doing such a great job, or making a difference in so many different ways, you can email us at csm@government.mb.ca. So again, csm@gov.mb.ca, and that will be able to feature, or if you want to nominate, again, a local business, it's really important. So if there's some questions on this campaign or anything else, Minister Eichler and myself would be available to make some comments.
Thank you, Minister. A reminder to our reporters online, you will have one preliminary and one follow-up question this morning. Up first from CJOB, Clay.
Good morning, gentlemen. Mr. Costa, Costas, hello, Costas. I'm just wondering, sorry, I'm multitasking, somebody is bothering me. How badly has your business been hurt since the pandemic began, and what can you tell us about fellow businesses that you're hearing from on how damaging this pandemic has been for your business and other business?
Good morning, Clay. In the beginning, it was tough because we had to, get staff off, lay a few people off, because times were tough during the pandemic. But over the summer, it got a little stronger with a little help from grants from the province. So we've got to bring back some staff on, which is very helpful for small businesses like ours. So that's helped out a lot. And right now it's our busiest time right now, November, December, Christmas season. People are buying flowers, plants, gifts for staff. And in the spring and summer, we order all our Christmas supplies. So when the doors get closed, it's tough for people to buy all our stock. But hopefully with the Shop Local MB campaign, we'll get through this.
How is this going to affect your business at Christmas? Obviously a lot of people would come into your shop, pick up a dozen roses. They won't be able to do that, at least not right at the moment.
Exactly. But, with the new age of selling over 97 years, people can order online. You can just go to our website, winnipeg.florist, and order that way, and we can get it delivered to you. So through these tough times, we use new technology to sell.
From the Winnipeg Sun, Josh.
Good morning. I'm wondering how, I haven't had a chance to look at the press release yet, but what is the cost of this campaign, and what kind of duration is it going to run for? Is it just going to run while businesses are kind of shut down during this current set of health restrictions, or is it going to run right through Christmas into the new year? what's the cost and what's the duration?
Well, the cost of the program would be about $75,000, and it's digital ad campaign that will run well in and just past the Christmas shopping season.
Okay. And I've seen shop local campaigns. I know different organizations in Winnipeg and in Manitoba currently have their own shop local campaigns going on. How is this going to differentiate itself from those voices, or is it just add to the voices? How is this going to be different than those campaigns?
Well, I think number one, it adds to it. I mean, if we can get as much voices as we can to shop and support local, you know what we've seen through this, and Costa talked about it, there's been a lot of creativity and innovation for businesses, and some were very well positioned for online sales, and now that sorts. Some have moved quickly, as businesses do, to be innovative in their approach. And really what we want to do collectively with a lot of the efforts that are going on already is to encourage people to support and shop local. It's really, really important, especially in these times right now. It's an easy opportunity to do it. What we're happy about this campaign, it's going to tell some Manitoba-made stories with businesses. People can nominate businesses that they think would be supportive in so many different ways. And it'll also tell of how people can shop online locally. You can still go and buy a lot of things curbside, which is really important for local businesses. Did you want to add anything, Mr. Eichler?
Yeah, I do. Thanks for the question. This is really important. We're in a digital age right now, and shopping online is one of the tools that's out there for our small business, and we think it's important that we support them with a Shop Local campaign, and we think it's going to be a good move. Certainly, we hope so.
And I think if you look at, just in our news release, obviously the Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses talked about this as well as Premier's advisory group had recommended these things. So we're trying to really work with the business community and follow the business community's recommendations to really encourage Manitobans. Now's the time to step up and really support local businesses, and this is an opportunity to do it. So it's going to join to other calls to really shop local here. It's really crucial right now in these times.
From CBC Manitoba, Ian.
Good morning, ministers. Ian Frey, CBC. I understand this campaign will run on the province's social media channels, but is there an ad buy component here? Will this appear on billboards, other websites, etc.?
This is for the social media channels, the digital ad campaign. So you're not going to see this necessarily on billboards and that sorts. But this is a social media driven digital age thing. Social media channels would be mainly the benefit, or mainly would be the way we get the information out to shop local.
And this is a province-wide campaign. It's not just a Winnipeg campaign. It's for all businesses within the province of Manitoba.
Okay. The government's faced flack, especially in the summer, with the Restart Manitoba campaign, which encouraged people to go back to businesses and spend money. Ultimately, cases have skyrocketed in the fall. Is this a contradictory message to put out there when we have just yesterday the order, I guess, to stay home?
Yeah, I guess what I would say, just to follow on what Costa had talked about, there's a lot of innovation and things where people can shop safely, and that's really what this highlights, the fact that there's a lot of local businesses that have done some creative ways and to shop local. And so there is ways that you can support local businesses, which is really crucial, especially in the Christmas months. We know the vast majority of businesses make a lot of their money, especially in retail, at the Christmas time. So there's a lot of ways to shop safely. And so that's important to emphasize. And that will be emphasized in this campaign, really to get people to shop local. And there's ability to do that in a safe way, whether it be online, whether it be curbside pickup. So no, absolutely not. It doesn't. It reinforces the ability to shop local in a safe way.
I'd like just to add to that. I had a greenhouse operator last spring that was upset with us. They couldn't open their business. He developed a website. Well, he tripled his sales this summer, mainly because of innovation. And that's what this is really all about. It's about innovation, the new digital age that we're in, And this is one small way we'll be able to help them.
You know, I just, further what Minister Eichler had said, there's a local restaurant that's right near my constituency, in fact, and hadn't done as much pickup and delivery, and they've been really innovative, finding innovative ways. And if you give businesses, they're going to find innovation and creative ways to get the products to individuals. And so that's why it's so important for Manitobans to really step up. And it's a team approach to really support local businesses. There's a safe way to do that. And that's really what this campaign will be all about. Support local, and there's ways to do it in a safe and effective way for consumers.
From the Canadian Press, Steve.
Good morning. $75,000, I know digital advertising is not very expensive, but this sounds like a very small campaign. Are you just talking about buying some ads on social media over the course of, say, 6 or 7 weeks?
This is a recommendation that we got from the Business Advisory Group, as well as other business organizations like the Canadian Federation of Independent Business. We think that supporting local is extremely important. The campaign will be $75,000, and it supports the digital ad for the most part on media campaigns. It's an ability to get things out. We also encourage all the stakeholder groups, whether you're business, labor, or any other organizations like this. You've got the Chambers of Commerce, both Manitoba and Winnipeg. You've got the Retail Council. Everyone needs to come together. I know that has been happening to get the word out about a Buy Local campaign. So again, we think it's important to do it, and we believe that this is one part of the element to encourage Manitobans to really step up and support local business. You can shop safely in an effective way, whether that be online or curbside pickup. It's just extremely important for Manitobans, and I know Manitobans are caring people that probably go to a lot of these local businesses and really want to support them, and they've done such a great job so far. This just adds to that, what Manitobans are already doing, but really encourages them more, and also shows a way that you can effectively and safely shop local.
And the province has announced some direct support for businesses earlier this month, and it's committed to renewing that support if the lockdown or semi-lockdown is still in place in January. The modeling we're seeing across the country is that the numbers are going up and up, and we're not going to flatten the curve and get it down anytime very soon. Is the province prepared to continue those programs beyond the month of January?
Absolutely. What we're absolutely committed to, number one, is protecting Manitobans. I can tell you what's most important to businesses right now is that we get this virus under control, and that's exactly what our health orders have done. We've invested close to $2.2 billion in supports for businesses as well as individuals. You look at what the Parliamentary Budget Office, that's the third highest expenditure to support individuals and businesses in Canada. And you're absolutely right, Steve. We made a further $250 million investment to support businesses through our bridge program. Again, that's could be upwards of $10,000, $5,000 initially, and $5,000 if the orders, if there needs to be support into the new year, as well as the additional $50 million that we want to work with the business community to develop some initiatives that Minister Eichler is working with the business community on. But absolutely, we're going to continue to support businesses as long as the virus is with us and they're being impacted for it. So absolutely.
From the Winnipeg Free Press, Timor.
Hi, this is Timor Durrani from the Winnipeg Free Press. My first question is for Costa. I was wondering if you could sort of tell us a little bit about whether curbside pickup or delivery has been more successful for you during this time. What's been sort of the thing that people have been leaning towards more when they're picking up flowers from you?
Both have increased. Since people can't come into the store now, a lot of people are curbside delivery. We open up our doors, we'll place the plants on, we have a little bench out front of our store, and then the customer will open up their car, we step in, they pick up their parcel, and deliveries have also increased too. So since people can't, like the gentleman earlier, Clay was saying, you can't come in, so now people are just getting it delivered or curbside pickup.
And then my other question is kind of leaning on what Ian asked earlier. It's for the ministers. I'm wondering if you can sort of clarify for us about and tell people who are listening in whether you think it is safe to do curbside pickup and delivery during this time, because there seems to be a lot of people still confused about the idea when there's restrictions and whether even those options are still safe for them to do in certain businesses.
Well, number one, we want to follow the health orders that Dr. Ruse and others were following the health orders. And I think for businesses to make sure that we get the virus under control is the most important thing. And absolutely, to answer your question, curbside is very safe and effective as long as you follow the health orders. And I know the business community, when we initially reopened in summer, as well as others, we want to take the advice of the business community to make sure we're as safe as we can. And I want to say to Manitobans that whether you're shopping online or whether you have curbside pickup, it's extremely important to support local businesses. So that's part of this campaign, to make sure people know that it is safe. To your point, education of individuals and what Costa talked about and others is it is very safe. And what is so reassuring is that small businesses are innovative and they're creative here in Manitoba, and they found ways to get the products to customers in a way that's effective. And Manitobans have stepped up, and we continue and encourage them to do that, to support the local businesses, to make sure they're there and supported.
From Global, Alicia.
Good morning, folks. Okay, so the digital ads, if I'm reading this correctly, and the digital ads will only be seen on government social media channels, and you're relying on local businesses and associations to amplify the message. Is that accurate?
Yes, that is accurate. It's digital media buy, and we have a number of partners. Minister Eichler has had hundreds of meetings with business communities, whether it be the Manitoba business or a variety of sources that have thousands of contacts. So it's a team environment. We want everyone to get the message out. I think that's happening right now. So this is just an added approach to ensure people buy and support local, and they know how they can do that in a safe and effective way. And so that's going to add to the already movement of Manitobans to support their local businesses.
I might want to just add on here that with my stakeholders, as I said in my opening comments, that represents about 70% of the workforce in the province of Manitoba. So they're very good at getting the message out in partnership and collaboration with the government, and this will help support our business in a very effective way and not cost taxpayers a lot of money at the same time.
Okay. Taking a little bit of a different tack here, what advice can you give to stores? They're going to start dealing with this today, having to deal with angry customers who want to buy non-essential goods along with their essential goods but aren't allowed to. Do you have any advice for them or for the people who will get angry?
First and foremost, we have to remain calm, respectful, love your neighbor like we've always talked about, be respectful. Yes, tensions, emotions are high, but certainly it's a time for that pause. We're all in this together. We've heard Dr. Rusin, our premier, say this over and over again. Just take a step back, relax, and everybody will get through this together. But it's important that we do this now more than ever.
You know, and further to what Ralph had said, you know, it's I know we were in World Kindness Week day, I guess it was earlier on, and you know, I think that's a really important message to Manitobans, and I know they're doing that already. But be kind, you know, and that's businesses are trying to do what's right. And what's really important to businesses that we get this virus under control. And that's the focal point of this government, ensuring the health of Manitobans is the utmost and supporting businesses. And if we can add to that campaign and support people, but my message is that Manitobans continue to do, but be kind to one another. It's a very stressful time for everyone in our society because of what we're going through. We're going to get through this, and we just need to make sure that we're kind to one another.
From the Brandon Sun, Colin.
Hi, ministers. I know that earlier in the month the GAP funding and the bridge grant was modified, but given that a lot of businesses are having to close down or heavily restrict what they're allowed to sell during the Christmas season, wouldn't it have been more appropriate appropriate to give out additional funding instead of starting another ad campaign?
Well, this is one item of our approach to shop local and businesses. Our government has made the third highest investments and supports for individuals and business that the Parliamentary Budget Office has reviewed. We've just made a quarter of $1 billion of supports to businesses through the bridge program, as well as additional $50 million that Minister Eichler will be working with other business communities to develop some additional campaigns, and we'll continue to support that. And did you want anything?
Yeah, just, really important. A lot of business owners, a lot of the products they have a ton of a time label on them. Right now, people need coats, they need sweaters, and online is a way to do that. And customers need them. Business need to move that stock out. So this is just a small way of which collaboration together helps everybody get what they need. And we want to meet the needs of Manitobans and those needs of business. And they got to be sustainable, not only now, but long-term. And this is a way that we'll be able to help them. It's a small step, yes, but we can't just keep throwing money at it. These businesses want to be able to respond to the needs of Manitobans. So that's why they've got creative, innovative, and went digital. So I'm excited about the opportunity.
I know that you said this campaign was recommended by the Premier's Economic Opportunities Advisory Board. How many recommendations from that board has your government acted on so far?
I would say we acted on all of them that they brought forward. I don't have the list in front of me, but I don't know of any that we haven't implemented. We do have ongoing dialogues with them on a host of issues, whether it be from what the funding model looks like to shop local to others, post-secondary education, for example, what that looks like, opening up business and closing business. It's a partnership and a collaborative way that we've been able to work with Premier's Advisory Committee.
Thanks, everyone. This concludes today's media briefing.
Thank you.